Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. In this pick a card tarot reading, we are going to find out for you what is draining you and how you can stop it, or at least lessen the amount of drain, right? Okay, so we're looking at your energies, we're looking at where there's energy leakages, where your energy is kind of being taken away from you and perhaps put into a place that's not the most helpful, that's not necessarily serving you, okay? So I have three choices here for you. Go ahead and pick which pile is resonating, and of course, trust your intuition. And if more than one pile is resonating with you, then it's very, very likely that that additional pile also has a message for you that you need to hear at this time. And so here we have wars and battles, galactic, and leaving or travel. So if you need to pause the video for just a moment and see which card or cards are calling to you, and you can see the timestamps below to connect you to your reading, and I will see you there. Hey there, Star Fam. For all of you that were drawn to this first card here, Wars and Battles, welcome back to the channel. And for those of you that are new here to Transform with Ryan, sending you all a big, warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Comment down in the comments below. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all right? So welcome again. Let's get into your reading. So here you were drawn to this card that says Wars and Battles. And so I think very clearly on the first layer of information that we're getting here, this awareness of what the drainage is here, is that there's some type of fight, if you will, or disagreement that has been draining your energy. And what I'm sensing here is definitely it's something that happened in the past, okay? It could be something even from a distant past. Maybe it's some type of grudge that is connecting you with this person, or maybe it's something that felt very unresolved. And it kind of left you at a stalemate, okay? Kind of like with this picture here. There are these two people in the foreground that look like they're in the midst of battle. And the thing is, they, whatchamacallit, they're kind of at a stalemate. Like, we don't know who's going to have the upper hand or who's going to technically win this fight, this skirmish, okay? And so that's part of the drainage, is it doesn't feel resolved, okay? For some of you, it could even suggest that like an argument or a fight went down and it didn't go the way you wanted. And so you're just hanging on to some of that anger, that resentment, maybe even some sadness or grief. You're hanging on to those lower vibrational energies and not allowing that connection to be clipped, to be healed, to be released. And one of the big things, you know, from my experience on spiritual awakening and going through dark night of the soul that has a very healing effect is forgiveness. And now that might be jumping a little bit ahead of the game here, my love. So we'll just start with the simple awareness. I get the sense that many of you actually know exactly what I'm talking about right now. Now, there is a smaller subset of you actually that it's not necessarily like a fight that you were involved with personally, like you and another person. This can also make reference to something from the past, right? So for example, traumas that are held within your energy body from world wars. I believe there aren't that many survivors from, you know, Holocaust at this point that are alive. I believe many of them have passed on. But sometimes our ancestors, within our DNA, we have those traumas from wars in the past that got encoded into us that need to be healed from our ancestry. So some of that may be linked up to you. And maybe to get better clarity, you'll need to do just a little bit more digging to see what sort of past energies from your previous lifetimes, from your ancestry line, that is creating this energetic drain on you, okay? So I also grabbed some tea leaf cards here to give us more information on this particular drainage and blockage and give us more understanding. So let's see what those cards share. So we have funnel, period of frustrations, lessons to be learned, okay? So right with that card already, whenever there's conflict in our life or disagreements or challenges or struggles or trials, tribulations, it's because there's something we need to learn to further grow and evolve our spirits, okay? I'm not of the mindset necessarily that every type of struggle or setback that we experience is like some other force punishing us, okay? Yes, I believe in karma, but I also believe that you could live your life doing everything, quote unquote, right, doing everything perfectly, yet trouble still finds their way to you. Trials and tribulations still find their way to you. And it's because the soul learns and evolves through trials and tribulations, and it can grow to be that much more compassionate, that much more stronger, more resilient, okay? So it's like that phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, okay? Let's see what else. We got archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. So that's very important that, you know, whenever we're faced with a problem, in order to move on, we have to solve it. I think that's definitely a big simplification on the notion here, but in order for us to progress and move forward, this needs to be addressed, this drainage, okay? Because there are new opportunities that I get the sense are really blessings and gifts that are trying to make their way into your life, but these energy drainages are kind of like roadblocks and barriers to allowing this to enter into your life. We have weeping willow, family sorrow. There you go. Okay, so I knew this was very strong, that a lot of this deals for a good group of you, it deals with your ancestry, your ancestral line. Now, let me explain this because there's another layer of this that's coming through that I want to let you all be aware of as well. Is, you know, sometimes when we have conflicts of beliefs and ideologies, for example, with our parents, we have to look back at the way our parents were raised themselves, all right? Sometimes we get a little bit too caught up in our direct relationship with our parents, but really we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture on some of the behaviors that your parents currently display is because that's what they were taught by their parents, aka your grandparents. So there's this cycle that has begun, and who knows if that was also present with your great grandparents, right? And so there's family traditions that actually aren't always so pleasant, right? There are family traditions that create expectations and pressure and stress on future generations. You know, it's kind of like the classic story where it's like, oh, one of your parents wants you to take up the same occupation or career or take over the family business, but that's really not your interest, right? That's not what you'd want to do with your life. And so it's things like that, or it's just, you know, your parents always say, you know, they pass on their morals and their values with you, and they say, parents, you know, children should be seen but not heard. Okay, let me know if that resonates with you in the comments below. Like, children should be seen and not heard. And so you felt throughout your childhood you never had a voice. Same thing with your parents, perhaps. They didn't feel like they had a voice. They didn't feel like they were seen. They didn't feel like their thoughts, their feelings mattered. Okay, and honestly, you know, I used to work in medicine. I don't know if any of you knew that, but I used to work as a physician assistant in primary care and urgent care settings. So I would help, you know, people from all over the place, actually, because there were people who came to my city from international countries, right? Other countries to get care. And oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought, loves. I'm so sorry. Oh, so it's like this war between ideals. Okay, like the thing is, so many people, they just want to be right. And they will fight tooth and nail to not be proven wrong, or they're not open to another way of thinking and seeing things. And when we have this expectation of other people where everyone's going to agree with us, we get into conflict. Okay, we have like disagreements, and it's really about letting that go and just kind of accepting who we are, but not letting that bring us down. Okay, like I accept you for your ideas, your beliefs. I don't agree with them and I don't adopt them, but that doesn't mean we can't share space and respect each other and not fight all the time. Okay, it's like that. Let's just agree to disagree. All right. I feel like there was something else I meant to say, but let's continue with the cards here. I'm sure it'll come back if it's really, really critical to share. So, Beryl, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Oh my gosh. Okay, more with this family stuff. I feel this is strongly connected to family. And, you know, sometimes with our parents, they have these expectations of us to achieve what they consider to be success. Oh, my dears who are drawn to this feels so heart-wrenching, right? Because I know what you mean. I've been in this position myself where it feels like you can just never live up to the expectations of your parents. Like, you're not good enough is really what that comes down to. Is like they'll never be satisfied, they'll never be proud or happy for the work that you do, and it really gets you down. Okay, so part of this energy drain is because you're so worried about what other people think of you and how they're going to see you and receive you, that you're not able to actually achieve your full potential, because your energy is being splintered between doing what you feel and think people want of you versus what you truly want and what you truly value, and where you truly will actually be happy and passionate and driven. Okay? So this is a huge energy drain. Your energy is being splintered between these two identities, right? Your true identity, who you really are, and this identity that you kind of, this mask that you put on so that you can fit in, right? So that you can feel that love and acceptance from those that you value in your life, whose opinions you value. So you feel that you're lacking. Oh, my loves, like my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out. Wow, we're starting this big card reading with very, very strong energies. But you know this is coming up because it needs to be healed. It needs to be addressed. All right? So broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. Okay. So, you know, I'm all about trying to be optimistic and positive as often as we can. But the fact of the matter is we live in a realm of duality. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad times. There's going to be, you know, love and joy and celebration. And there's going to be heartache, heartbreak, grief. That is the nature of life. And perhaps we just try to steer more towards the positive end, right, than the negative end of the experience. But here with wish will not be granted, what is coming through rather clearly for me is that you may never live up to the expectations of others. Now, of course, some of you might feel a little twinge in your heart when I say that, but let me make this very clear. It is not your responsibility to live up to the expectations of others. I'm going to say that again, my loves, because I want you to feel this at the very core of your being, because this is divine knowledge and divine wisdom. It is not your responsibility to live up to the expectations of others. First and foremost, your responsibility is to yourself. What do you need to do so that you can sleep at night? So that you can be at peace? All right? Because let me tell you, I've been in that position, my loves, where I tried to be what everyone else wanted me to be, and they weren't fully happy, and I wasn't happy. So nobody is happy in this situation. There's no raise or elevation in the vibration and the frequency. And I just cannot ever believe in my heart of hearts, to the very core of my soul, that we were brought into this reality to be sad. I just can't believe that. And so my words of love and encouragement for you, my dears, is put your energy towards the things that you love and that bring you joy, regardless of what anyone else thinks of it, okay? Don't let them drain your energy towards a fruitless endeavor. There's always going to be another hurdle, another thing to accomplish. That's the whole thing about never feeling like you're enough. It doesn't matter how many awards you get, how many promotions you get, how big your car is, how big your house is, how many friends you have. Like, when you try to live up to the expectation of someone else, it's never gonna be enough. Okay? It's like you're just chasing your tail. And so really, you should be focusing in and looking inward on what is good for me. What is enough for me? Let that be your compass. Let that be your starting point, okay? And don't let this notion of living up to other people's expectation continue to drain your energy and take away your focus from what you're really here to do, what you're really meant to be. Oh, my loves, I'm just sending you such a big cosmic hug of love and light right now. And I get the sense that maybe some of you are feeling a bit choked up and a little bit tearful as we go through this reading. And it's okay, huns. It is okay to cry and hurt and feel sad over this. Release it. Release it, my loves. Release it. As a matter of fact, type this in the comments below, my loves. Type this in the comments below. I release the need to live up to others' expectations of me. I release the need to live up to others' expectations of me. I'm going to say it another time because I'm calling it into existence, and we're going to use that number 3. I release the need to live up to the expectations others have of me. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, my loves, let's see if we can get some understanding. Let's see if we can get some assistance as well, as far as like how we can protect ourselves. So I already shared some coaching and some guidance and wisdom on that, which I'm happy to do, but there's more to it than just this. Okay, there's more to it than just this. So let's get some more love and wisdom from the universe to help you with stopping this drainage here, okay? Or at least lessening the flow of energy until finally it's gonna be stopped and until finally you feel free of it, okay? All right, so we have 3 of Cups. Beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. I think this advice is very helpful, and it's really about connecting with people who you are like-spirited with, who you are like-minded with. So finding your community. We're in that age of Aquarius, according to several people, right? Or we're kind of in that transition between the age of Pisces and age of Aquarius into community-driven social circles, okay? Where it's not necessarily just focused on what country are you from, okay? What is your religion? What is your skin color? It's really more about the community, connecting with people who are on a similar path as you, share similar beliefs and ideologies, right? Using that bond, that human connection with them to support you when you need it and as you need it, okay? So that's one thing to do, is find your community. Set that intention to find your community for people who will understand you, okay? And we have the Magician card that came out. So one of the things that I want you to know, my loves, about law of attraction is that whatever you focus on expands. So wherever focus goes, your energy will flow and results show. So what does that mean, loves? Let me clarify that for you, for those of you that maybe are a little bit newer to law of attraction. I've been certified as a law of attraction coach, so I'm happy to always share the information to help people feel empowered, to feel like they have a say in their life. And if you focus on the negative things, your energy is going to go there. And more energy that goes there is going to build and build and build and build and build. Okay, so if you focus on negative things, you're going to feel that negative energy even more. And you'll find from your perceptions more negative occurrences within your life. Okay? And then the other thing is if you focus on positive energy. Now, I'm not talking about spiritual bypassing or toxic positivity. No. I'm not talking about that. So please don't get that confused. But if you focus on something you can do versus what you can't do, again, because of restrictions, limitations, and whatever, if you focus on something you can do, or if you focus on something that brings you joy when you have the free time to do so, then your energy will feed that and that will expand. And you'll find more things that bring you joy, love, peace, harmony into your life. Okay? So I hope that clarifies things a bit for you. Now we have also 5 of coins, all right? So here, what I'm getting from this image, the energy of this card is very, very sad. And what will be helpful for you is to really improve your self-esteem, improve the way you view yourself and the values you have for yourself. So it's like looking into the mirror and telling yourselves, you are amazing, you are worthy, you are loved, you are smart, you are beautiful. I was told to do that before by one of my mentors and coaches, and it felt really uncomfortable at first to get in front of a mirror and do that. And once I finally, I put it off. And once I finally, couldn't take it anymore about all the negative energy and, feeling down about myself and stuff. And it's like, what have you got to lose, right? At this point, like you can't get any more miserable. You feel like you're literally at rock bottom. And I took that time to look at myself in the mirror and actually say those things. And I cried. Through the awkwardness and all those types of things because I've never done that to myself before. And to tell myself I love you and that you're beautiful and that you're worthy. But it impacted me so deeply because I realized that I wasn't loving myself. And again, wherever you focus, wherever your energy goes, expands. So the more you don't love yourself, the more you're going to attract experiences and people even that affirm this lack of love for yourself. Does that make sense, loves? That the more you don't love yourself, the more people and situations will come in to power that belief that you're not worthy of love, that you are not loved. So it starts with you. It's like, Mahatma Gandhi said, like, change starts with you. Be the change you want to see in your world, okay? So if you want the world and the universe to treat you better, you have to start treating yourself better, okay? Here we have the 3 of Wands. So what it's very important for you, my loves, to understand is from this day forward, from this moment, once this reading finishes, you chart your own course. You set the boundaries. You set the path, the route, the trajectory of your life. From this moment forward, my loves, you set the tone of your life. You dictate, you state, you can have control and power over the direction your life is going to go. Set those intentions, who you are going to be, regardless of what other people think, regardless of whatever issues they have with it. Because trust me, once you assert who you are, the right people are going to come into your life and the wrong people are going to leave it. Okay? Oh, wow. Super powerful. So I have this crystal deck here to help you get an ally and protect yourself, okay, from further drainages. That's going to be really beneficial for you. So you can pick up one of these crystals, and there's going to be a message here as well, my loves, with this crystal card to also provide you some understanding, protection, some kind of remedy, okay, to address this energy drain that you're experiencing. So we have Shungai. Oh, this is an amazing. Oh, look at this. Detox your life. So it's clearing out the toxic energies. So you can definitely do this through some kind of diet, of course, exercising, and, you know, maybe blocking certain people from your social media feed or limiting anyway the interactions you have with them, right? Like instead of seeing them, if possible, instead of seeing them several times a week, maybe bump it down to once a week or once every other week. Just kind of distance yourself from these people and situations that don't feel good to you, okay? That's the cue that something is draining you. It just doesn't feel good. Okay? And you have to be honest with yourselves, okay, about what's toxic in your life, and not let social programming and social belief systems like confuse you. It's like about being really honest. Like, do I really enjoy my job, my work environment, my workplace? Or is it time for me to move on? Do I really enjoy going to family dinner nights, you know, multiple times a week? Do I really enjoy going on coffee dates with this particular friend? Do I really enjoy, you know, being part of this club and organization and or whatever it is? Do I really enjoy, you know, binge watching these types of TV shows, or do they actually get me feeling more anxious and worried, right? So it's being really honest with yourself about tuning in when you're in that activity and checking in, like, am I really happy doing this or am I not? Okay? And then from there, it's about getting rid of that. Now, one thing I want you guys to know too about shungite is you can actually put it in your water, and it releases minerals and electrolytes, energy and stuff like that to help detox your body. So you can definitely use shungite, like keep it in your pocket, hold on to it, but you can also like put it in a cup of water and for just a few minutes and then drink the water, okay? And get a detox that way as well. Wow, that is so cool. I hope you all find that very, very helpful. Now, if you got something valuable out of this reading, please by all means give this a like and leave a comment down below on your thoughts and reflections. And I'm really here to be of assistance as best I can. If this energy here, I know we went really deep today, my loves, and it might have felt a little bit heavy, so please, I encourage you to take a break, do something that makes you smile and laugh, like get your energy back up. But if this channel and the information here that you receive is of value, make sure you subscribe, okay, so you can continue to get readings. They're not always this serious, I promise. If you're ready for something a bit more uplifting, please check out this link right up here, okay? It'll take you to another one of my readings to adjust your vibrational frequency for the moment, and you can process this again later. So sending you all really, really big love and cosmic hugs. Until next time, my dears. Love you, love you, love you. Mwah. Hello there, Star Fam. Welcome back and welcome to your reading. For those of you that were drawn to this middle card here, Galactic. And for those of you that are new to this channel here at Transform with Ryan, sending you all a very warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from, okay? So let's see here. With this Galactic card, what I'm getting here is, you know, the galaxy is super, super expansive, and it's beyond our comprehension even of its vastness, right? It's like, where does it begin? Where does it end? What else is out there? It's almost like unfathomable. Unfathomable. Okay, there, I said it. And so what I'm getting here, what's draining you, is that there's some situation in your life or some kind of person that's just really overwhelming you. And you feel this responsibility to care for this person, to cover for this person, to fix this situation, to have the answer and the solution. Like you're bearing the weight of a responsibility that is actually not yours to bear. So it's one of two things. Either it's not yours to bear at all. Like, sometimes parents feel responsible for their children, even when their children are adults. It's kind of like, well, your child is an adult, and so they have autonomy, they have their own sovereignty, and they need to take responsibility for themselves. And you can't always cover for them, right? That's maybe an example. Or even if you're in a leadership position, like you feel responsible for your subordinates or the people underneath you or the people, your team that you lead. And to an extent, as a parent, as a leader, you do have some responsibility, maybe just like being there for them, to offer wisdom and guidance when they're open to it, to give assistance if it's within your means and they ask for it, right? But as far as like controlling them and controlling what they do, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that you can't really control what anybody does. You may be able to convince them or persuade them to do something you want them to do, but you ultimately don't have control. People are going to do what they want to do unless you have some kind of amazing mind control power like you see in like superhero movies and stuff like that. People have powers to control other people's minds. Unless you have that ability, like, you literally cannot make somebody do something, okay, unless they want to do it themselves. But it's draining your energy because you feel some level of responsibility for this person. You feel like it's your duty. You feel obligated that you have to take on not only responsibility for yourself and your actions, but responsibility of their actions, right? And that's really not true here. And that's the energy drain, is it's really stressing you out because you feel they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing or what they should be doing. And really, you need to release that expectation of what they're going to do, who they're going to be, how they're going to do it, all that kinds of stuff. And it's really just about accepting your role and what you're able to do, and doing your due diligence, right? Just doing whatever part you have to do, but ultimately they have to do their part. They have to carry their weight, all right? So I have these tea leaf cards here as well to give us a little bit more understanding on the situation, okay? This drainage, I should say. So the well, family wishes come true. Okay, beautiful. That's actually interesting. There was quite an opposite energy from the first reading regarding family. Claw, be careful. Do not take risks. Okay, there you go. What I'm getting here with this is that some of you feel obligated to cover for someone else. And by covering for someone else, you are actually putting yourself at risk. Like, you are putting yourself in the position to take the fall for it, even though it wasn't your doing. The other thing that I'm getting to is that it can actually cause more harm in the long run when you cover for somebody. Because if they made a mistake, they should own up to it. And they should do what they need to do to fix it. Because if they think it's okay to make this mistake because someone is going to bail them out or cover them, then they're going to continue to make that mistake over and over and over again. And the thing about, causing harm and a mistake is it snowballs, okay? I've seen it a few times and I've been guilty of it myself. It's like, if you do something a bit, shady and you get away with it, some people, they want to do it again because they think they can get away with it. Okay? And this happened to me when I was in high school. Like, I was, in a crowd of people, in a group of people that were really big gossipers, and it's like we just talk about each other behind their backs. Like, it's not one of my prouder moments in my past when I was in high school, not one of my prouder moments. And it was just part of the culture, right? It's like Mean Girls. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Mean Girls, where you like kind of talk about people behind their back and you don't say very nice things. So I actually was at a party and I said something about someone that wasn't very nice. And like the people around me were egging me on. They're like, oh yeah, you're so right. They are like that, huh? And they do that really annoying thing. And they're like, they think they're so cool and they're not. And I kind of like fed off of that enthusiasm. Like, yeah. And I just kept going at that person and like really not saying very nice things about them. But I guess guess that's how people are when they're young and they're not very aware of how their actions impact other people. And one day I got called into the principal's office, and the person that I had been talking about, someone, said, oh, so and so was saying something about you at this party that you weren't invited to, and they're saying mean things. And then they found out and they got upset and they were crying, and I got called to the principal's office and got in trouble. I didn't get suspended or anything like that, but I got in trouble for like causing, distress to another student. And it was awful. Oh my God, it was such an awful experience. I felt so ashamed, so embarrassed, and I just didn't feel good about myself. Like that was really, really wrong what I had done. So, it's about, so that's what I mean. Like it just snowballs. Instead of like one person hearing about it, it's like, now it's passed around and people notice this. And then some people don't want to be your friend anymore after that, right? Because you come with a warning, you come with a, engage with at your own risk, right? So you just don't want to call that energy into your life, that energy of chaos, negativity. So do not take that risk. Do not cover for somebody if it puts you at risk as well, or other people at risk. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. So you need to separate yourself from the situation. Like with this card here, it's like you need to physically take some time away and have some space away from this situation to kind of clear your head and realize what's within your power to do and what isn't. And taking ownership for yourself while allowing this other person to take ownership for themselves. Okay, so you need to take a step back from this situation, like get it out of your mind for a moment, distract yourself. Again, it could be vacation, you could go to a spa maybe, you could even just take a self-care day, binge watch TV, read a book that you enjoy, like something to distract yourself. Then you can come back to address this with fresher set of eyes, okay? So we have dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. Okay. So there are some people in your life that notice what's happening and what's going on with you. Perhaps they've spoken to you about this and given you some advice. So there are some people in your corner, and what I'm getting here is what they have to share with you is actually very valuable. Their opinions and their thoughts on the matter, and you should definitely take it into consideration, okay? Because this is a friend, and here it's a dog, and they're very, very loyal. I can't think of many animals that really are malicious and just want to like harm you for the sake of causing harm, okay? Dogs are very loving, loyal creatures, or sort of their, traits, their personality traits. And so this friend of yours is very loyal, and they want nothing but what's best for you, and they're willing to help if you need it anyway. But they do have some valid thoughts and concerns and solutions for you. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Oh, there you go. So this situation here, something is going to come in. It's going to draw to a close, come to a conclusion, whether you're ready for it or not. And so when that happens, you need to be at peace with your choices and your actions, and not, the goal here would be to not have any regrets on what you did or didn't do. Okay, my loves? Wow. I got the sense that this topic was going to be really, really deep, but I love to do that here at Transform and Fire. We go deep on these topics. We really aim for healing, transformation of energies, okay? And with transformation is like about leaving things that don't serve you in the past, and vibrating higher, raising your frequency to match the divine being that you are. So these readings are going hella deep, my loves. This is like nourishment for the soul. It's like chicken soup for the soul. I don't know if any of you guys know those book series, but they're very powerful. They really evoke a lot of emotion and speak to, just human nature and what it means to be human. Oh, wow. I love it. I love this energy. It's very deep. Okay, Spirit is saying do a shuffle and then get 2 more cards. Okay, Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here, and it's also, this Four of Wands is really about taking a step back here, just like with that hammock, taking a step back, looking at the situation, and focusing first on the positives, right? So my tip and suggestion for you is to focus on the outcome that you actually want and then work backwards from there, okay? Like a lot of people, the tendency is like, think of what the problem is and then take step by step to address little problem, little problem, little problem, little problem. And really it's about going backwards, what we call, what has been referred to as reverse engineering, okay? So say it's like, oh, I want my business to be a success. And then you actually have to define what success is. Like, I make $10,000 a month. Then you look back and say, okay, how can I make $10,000 a month? What are the different ways in which I can bring income into my business? And then you pick one which feels most aligned with you. And then you say, okay, what's the first step I need to take to market this thing, to sell this thing, right? Like maybe I need to find a vendor, someone that I can get supplies from, whatever. Like, okay, does that kind of make sense? You start from where it is you want to go. So what is the ideal outcome you want with this person or situation, right? What is the ideal outcome? What does that look like to you? And be very, very specific. And then you think of the steps that it is required to get you there. Okay? So that's what I mean by reverse engineering. So this is taking that pause to not only relax, but really think and strategize. Here with the Page of Coins, this is telling me don't be too hasty. Think it out again, all right? And be open. And here with this page, like look at how she is looking at this coin. And what I'm getting here, she's thinking of all the possibilities of what she could buy with this coin. What could this coin get her? All right, so that's your task here, is what are all the possible outcomes and what is the outcome that you actually desire? Which is the one you want? What is your best case scenario? Okay, and then how do I get there? Not worrying about like, oh, if I do this, then they're going to do that. If I do that, they're going to do this. Like, don't start there. Just what is the best outcome here, right? And worry about like, oh, like what if they do this? What if they do that? What if they feel this way about that thing? Like, don't let that stuff confuse you and blind you to the actual steps and solution here, okay? Next, we have Nine of Wands, okay? So this definitely has been a very big burden for you. The way it's been draining you is you've constantly felt on guard. It's like you never really fully relax because you're always like, it's like a PTSD kind of energy where you're just like, oh my gosh, you're waiting for the slightest hint of danger or drama or trouble. It's like walking on eggshells. And maybe you're even in this sense of like fear of getting caught along with this person. Like there's really a lot of anxiety and worry, and it's weighing very heavily on you. And I want to just point out, like, this person here, it looks like they have like an eye patch. This fairy has like an eye patch over their right eye. And so you definitely have been hurt. You've been hurt by this situation. You've been part of the damage created by, the people involved that you're trying and you feel obligated to take responsibility for. And it's really about laying down and releasing that notion of having to be responsible for another being's actions, all the actions that they take. Okay, that's like, you are not a puppeteer. You, again, I'm guessing almost all of you cannot control people's minds. So you have to give people the opportunity to do whatever it is they're gonna do and suffer the consequences, whether good or bad. They need to take ownership of their lives and their actions, okay? It's not you that has to take ownership of it. And here we have the Five of Swords. So there's definitely some trickery going on here, and it's time for you to see the truth. Okay, that's part of the remedy, is see the truth. Maybe one thing that would actually be helpful for some of you, what I'm getting from Spirit, is if it's a person that's been draining you, take a look at their actions and substitute a different person in. Would it be okay if someone else did those things? Would it really? And if it wouldn't be okay, then we can see that there's a bias that you have for this person, where it's like, oh, you think this person can get away with it, but if someone else does the exact same thing, they don't deserve to get away with it. Okay? You need to look at that truth here, because the actions that everybody takes affects other people. And so, you know, it shouldn't be okay for someone to break the rules whenever they want without repercussions, and no one else can do that. So that's, this card is like, there is this lie that's being told that it's maybe okay under these circumstances, or because it's this person, right? Maybe it isn't even that sinister. It's just like, oh, it's just, this is their first time, and so maybe, you know, it'll be okay. We won't let them, there won't be any penalty. And it's like, again, remember I told you, sometimes people, when they get away with something one time, they think they can keep getting away with it, right? And that's not true. It's going to come back and bite somebody in the butt. And that's not a friendly kind of dog. That's like an angry dog, a rabid dog or something. And you don't, like, who knows who else is going to get hurt and injured in the process of this negative energy being fed and perpetuated. All right, so really, what is the truth here? That's the guidance here. What is the truth versus what is a bias? Okay, so I hope you that is very clear. I know sometimes bias, there's a lot of subconscious bias that people have, and they're not even aware of their bias or their prejudice. So it's really important for you to be aware of that for yourself. Okay, to address this drainage. What are your biases? Okay, so with this card here, with the crystals, this is going to be your ally. Okay, this is going to help you through this situation, this process. It's going to help stop this energy drain, right? Or it's going to at least lessen it until it's going to stop. So this is going to be your ally. This is like a piece of guidance, wisdom, how you can protect yourself. So let's see what we got here from Spirit. Azurite. Get laser focused. Okay, so you can pick up an azurite crystal from online or a local crystal store, and you can keep it with you whenever you need protection, need guidance. If you're able to, maybe meditate with the crystal in your hand to receive the information you need from your higher self, from God, from Source, from Spirit, however you call that greater power, so you can get clarity here and get laser focused. So that speaks a little bit to what I was talking about reverse engineering. Okay, so getting very clear on what the outcome is that you want, get very clear on the steps that you feel are the best to take for you in your particular role, in your particular shoes, and take that action. Okay, just the goal here is get as much clarity on the situation as you can, and see the bigger picture, see where things can have a negative effect on the person, on you, on everyone around them. Wow, so powerful. If this video resonated with you and you got some helpful tips and ideas, please give this video a thumbs up, a like, comment down below what resonated with you. And of course, you know, not all the ratings are heavy on this channel, but if this vibe resonates with you, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any videos. And if you need like a little bit of a breather and a break to kind of gather your energies into a little bit higher frequency for the moment, and then you can process this more fully, you can click on this link right up here. Okay, loves, click on this link right up here. It'll take you to another one of my readings, and I'll see you there. But otherwise, Sending you so much love. Good luck on addressing this situation, this energy drainage, and may it resolve peacefully and to everyone's highest and greatest good. Sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. Mwah. Hey there, Star fam. Welcome back to Transform with Ryan and welcome to your reading. For those of you that are new to this channel, sending you a warm welcome and aloha. Please let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from. And, you know, as the reading progresses, let me know how your experience with it, okay? So here we have leaving or travel. This is what's been putting a drainage on you. And so what this is referring to for me is a big shift or a change, if you will, in your circumstances. Now, literally, for some of you, it is travel. Like you have to move homes, whether in the same city, whether to a different state, a different country even. And that's been a big drain on your energy. And perhaps it's just because you had to do some planning, right? And you have to look at the expenses of what it costs to move. Maybe you're looking at the expenses of your new living space, right? Like maybe there's a price adjustment that happened, right? When it comes to like how much the rent is for your apartment or how much the mortgage is for your home. And that has definitely been putting a big drain on you, like worrying about this big move and this big change in living situation, okay? And for others of you, this feels more to me like a sort of like a transition in life that's been causing you a little bit of worry. So it might even be a change in jobs, change in careers. Maybe some of you are starting a family even, right? And you're going to have a new child that's going to be under your care. Maybe some of you are getting married. Maybe someone, you know, in your family got really sick and they're going to need to be under more care, more professional care, right? Like they maybe need like to be in a nursing home or something. So it's this big shift. It's like leaving one chapter of your life and entering in another chapter. Okay, there's like some big shift happening here that's really got you worried and it's draining your energy. And what I'm getting for a lot of you, my loves, is that there are some things within your control, of course, that you can do your best to plan for. And there are other things that, you know, are going to be left to chance. And when I say left to chance, I don't mean that it's going to be like you're going to get bad luck. I mean, just as equally, or if more so, things could actually work out quite lovely, right? So instead of thinking like, what's the worst that can happen? You can start thinking in the sense of what's the best that can happen and call that energy in instead. So as a matter of fact, my loves, I want you to type in the comments down below, what's the best that can happen? Okay, so type that down below, affirm it, let it be part of the core of your being, your very essence, and let that be the magnet for those types of events and situations. So what is the best that can happen? And here I got some tea leaf cards to give us a better understanding of the situation, some more insights, some more wisdom to help you along this process of identifying the drainage and stopping it, or at least lessening the flow until it stops. Bell, announcement. Oh, beautiful. So there is something that is yet to be revealed to you that's going to be announced to you that what I get the sense of is actually going to be quite lovely. It's something that's going to really let you breathe out a sigh of relief, okay? And the reason why I say that in this context is because what I'm getting from Spirit is, whenever you hear a bell ring, an angel gets its wings, right? I don't know if any of you have ever heard that. So it's this beautiful, momentous occasion that's very powerful and positive. And so that's what I'm getting from this card, is that something that you maybe weren't going to expect. Some of you, it's like you're waiting for news on something, right? And once you get the news on this something, you'll be able to relax. You'll be able to calm down your worries, calm your fears and anxiety and apprehension. So that's going to be coming soon, okay, my loves? And it's going to make you feel a lot better. Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. Okay, so don't worry, my loves. It seems like there's a lot of work to be done with this shift and this travel, but it is going to be well worth it. And what you're doing right now is you're really creating, like it says on this card, a solid foundation to build upon so that things can be a lot smoother moving forward. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this is draining your energy, but unlike the first two piles, to be quite honest, I feel like this pile is very transient. Okay, it's kind of like you're in the situation that feels like a drain for sure, but actually there's not as much you need to do to kind of free yourself of it. It's just a matter of time. Okay, it's like there's a end in sight, there's a light at the end of the tunnel already, like you know what it is. It could even just, there could even be a specific date for when this drainage is going to end, right? Like, okay, I'm moving out of my apartment on the 30th of the month and I'm moving into my new apartment on the 1st of the month, right? Like it just could be something very straightforward like that. So it's just a matter of getting to that date in as calm a manner as possible for you, okay, loves? So here we have Cain, pay attention to your health. Okay, so make sure you are getting enough sleep, my loves. Make sure sometimes when people get stressed out, they're not sleeping right, they're not eating right, they're not drinking right, whatever. They're not taking enough breaks. So make sure you are doing that, okay, my dears? So take the break from lifting heavy things. If you need to take a nap, that's my favorite way to take a break, let me tell you. If you need to just take a quick power nap, like do so. And also, you know, for those of you that it involves someone else who's not doing well, you also need to take care of your health, not just their health and well-being, okay? Because you can't help anybody if you're not helped yourself. You can't give to someone else, address someone else's needs if your needs aren't met, okay? Like a poor person can't give wealth to another poor person. Okay, like that's just how simple it is. And if your cup of water is empty, you literally cannot give anyone else water. So you need to fill that cup up first with some water and then you can share it. Okay, so dog up or close up, pleasure with a close friend. Oh, beautiful. Maybe part of this way to navigate this is to book a date with your close friend. Okay, spend some time with them, catch up with them. It seems to me what I'm getting is that this is a good friend in which you could share your worries with and they'll help you feel better about it. They'll help calm you down. So maybe because you've been so busy, you've been like, oh, I don't have time to hang out with my friend. Like, I got to get this stuff done. Like, no, make time for your friend. It's really going to do you some good. It's going to help with your health and well-being. So carve out some time, like, I'm getting like an hour for some reason, like very, very specifically, specific guidance, which isn't common because these are general readings, but find time to spend a quality hour with your friends. Like phones on silent or phones are off and you are just present with each other and really just catching up and you can share what's been going on in your mind. Okay, and this friend of yours is really going to help you out, help you feel better. Scales, keep your life in balance. Okay, there you go. I mean, could the message be any more clear for you, my loves? Focus on balancing. Like, I know it feels like at this point in your life, you probably have to hustle and there's so much to do, so much to do, so much to get done. But here, remember this bell is coming in. Something is going to make things a lot easier for you here. So just do the best that you can without sacrificing your health and well-being in the process, because you don't want to be in that situation where you give and give and give and give and you do, you don't sleep, you don't eat right, you don't get enough water, and then you get sick. Okay, I don't know, you know what this reminds me of is, and I think this was, you know, a necessity from the past. It makes me think of finals week when I was in undergrad, when I was at university. Is like I would, you know, get like maybe 5 hours of sleep every night and I would, you know, study while I'm eating my lunch. And I would like, whenever I could study and have papers or note cards in front of me, I was always doing that before finals week. And then once my last test was done, wouldn't you know, I got sick. Like I would catch a cold because I just was driving my body to exhaustion right? I was like, you're just living on pure adrenaline, trying to get through this thing and get high marks and do everything well. And then you just crash afterward, okay? So spirit is letting you know that, it's really draining your energy and it can be quite detrimental. So stay balanced. Pay attention to your health. Take breaks, all right? I need you to hear that. Take breaks. Take breaks, take breaks, take breaks. So let's see more about this energy here with the tarot loves. We're going to get some more sense of the energy. Let's see if there's any more guidance, some more suggestions and tips here, all right, for this, or any other things you need to know. Are there any other things you need to know about this energy drainage? Okay. So Spirit, is there anything else that needs to be revealed, that needs to be understood? Is there anything else I can pass along to this lovely, lovely crew here who chose this third pile for their highest and greatest good? Okay, so there we go. So the card that flipped face up here is 8 of Wands. So this speaks to, again, a lot of movement, a lot of travel. So things are actually going to pick up speed here. And what I'm getting with this is it's important, again, for you to focus on navigating this very gracefully and with ease. Things are going to seem like they're moving fast for you and you're going to feel pressured to move faster. But what I'm getting is you just need to match the pace, okay? Just match the pace. And not, if something moves, if it's going like 10 miles per hour, that doesn't mean you go to 15 miles per hour and then it speeds up to 20 miles per hour, then you go to 25 miles per hour. Like you're not trying to one up anything, okay? So just match it. If things are going 10 miles per hour, you go 10 miles per hour, okay? It's like on the freeway, what they teach in driver's ed is like, go with the flow of traffic, okay? So go with the flow of the events in your life. Don't try to rush anything from happening. If it's taking a few hours for something to get done, let it take a few hours. If there's nothing you can do during those few hours, eat a nice meal. Take some rest. Don't try to just make yourself busy for the sake of being busy. Okay? Wow, that's very, very clear. Don't make yourself busy for the sake of being busy. Just take things as they come, work through them at a comfortable pace. All right, let's go back here to what came out first. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay, beautiful. So what I'm getting here is just, you're just in this transition space, right? Between here and here. And there's really not much more for you to do. I get from this card, normally this card speaks about making a choice. And you have options, right? And you're trying to decide which one you want to do, which one speaks to your heart the most. But in this particular reading, in this particular case, it's very clear to you already, like what it is, where you're headed, where you're going, what needs to be done. And the 2, like this, there's not a lot of movement with the 2. It's not like this, where things are shifting and changing, right? With this, it's like the choice has been made and now it's just about letting it play itself out, okay? And, speaking success with effort here, we have this beautiful field of flowers, and this beautiful castle here. So the outcome here is really going to be very beneficial for you. It's really going to open up a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities for you. It's really like the very next chapter of your life, right? So if you're moving for work, it's because this is a great move for your career. If you're welcoming a new member of the family, it's because it's gonna really, bring a lot of joy into your life, this little one. For those of you that, are looking at taking, making sure your parents, your elderly or sick parents or whatever need to be in a setting where they get the care they actually need and have their needs met by someone who's trained to know what to do, it's really going to ease up a lot of the burden that you're placing on yourself, okay? And it's okay to let other people help you. And so it's not that you're abandoning your elderly or sick family member. It's like you're just getting them the care that they need. You're getting them the help that they need so that they are comfortable, they are healthy as possible, okay? Because you have your life to live and maybe you're not as trained in administering medications and, quote unquote baby proofing the house, right? Creating a safe environment for them. So you're getting the help that you need. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Here we have the Eight of Swords. So what I'm getting here is definitely you've been feeling a bit trapped, but the way out, the relief is going to be revealed. Again, we have this announcement coming up, right? So it's like this harpy bird knows there's all these swords around them and they have the blindfold on so they can't see the swords, but they know they're there and they just don't know just yet the way out. But if this blindfold were removed, they say, oh, I just got to fly up and then I'm out of this cage. Okay, so really it's that simple. The answer is just going to come to you. It's not about, you can't do anything more than you've already done to arrive at the conclusion. Okay? And, oh, we also have, look at this, 888. Triple eights, my loves. So we'll talk about that in a moment here. But this is the Eight of Coins, which is about learning, right? So this is going to be a learning experience for everybody. There's going to have to be adjustments to be made. You're going to have to set a new normal. And that's all fine and dandy. Like, it's all good. And everyone's going to have to adjust, okay? It's going to be very new for people. You're going to feel very amateurish. You're going to feel very beginner level. You're going to have to get your bearings again, right? You're going to learn how to adapt to this new normal, but it's going to be fine. You have the skills, you have the ability, the smarts to do it, all right? So we have 888, and you know, there wasn't as strong a numerology in the other readings, but how can you deny this angel number of 888? And what that really speaks to is manifestation. So there has been something here that you've been thinking about for a while, and there is something that you've been trying to call into your life, wanting to bring into your reality, and now it's going to be possible, okay? This energy is magnified. So the number 4 is about building that foundation, putting that energy into the physical realm to build something, create something. And then the 8 is now, it's like, this is the connection between you and the divine. It's as above, so below. That's what that means. So because your energies, your thoughts have been on this thing, it's been brought to your reality. It's been reflected in your reality, all right? So what I'm getting for many of you is that this energy drainage has been about something, a goal that you've had, something you've been working towards, right? Something you've been thinking on for a while now. And now this energy drainage is really going to start to wrap up. It's going to actually close. So it's good. This is good. This is definitely a different tone compared to the other readings for this pick a card video. And let's see if there's anything else you need to know, okay? Like, is there a crystal ally that can kind of help you through this last leg of the journey here, of the transition? Is there anything else that can assist you? So here's a crystal that's going to help you all. Red jasper. There you go. Take action. Oh, so what I'm getting here. So this is good for all of you to have on your person. So you can get it as a ring, a necklace, just a loose crystal that you can put in your pocket or your purse. And first of all, the color red is reflective of your root chakra. And your root chakra is about making sure all your basic needs and necessities are met. So that goes back again. Keep your life in balance. Oops. And pay attention to your health. So you have to pay attention to your body. Are you feeling weak and fatigued? You need to sleep. Are you getting kind of shaky because your blood sugar is low? You need to eat. Is your mouth getting dry? Are your muscles aching? Are you getting headache? You need to drink water. So again, this can remind you to address your needs, your health as you go through this process. And here it says take action. So what I'm getting is this could have been quite the long road or felt very long to you as you went through this process, and now's not the time to give up. So this red jasper will help energize you, okay? It'll help you energize you. If you need to push a little bit more, right? Like maybe there's a situation you can't avoid and it's like, I just need to, you know, get this document in, and then everything will be finalized, and it's, you're kind of like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just sick of this. Like, this can give you that last boost of energy in those extreme times of need, like when you can't really rest at the moment, right? Or even as simple as, what I'm getting for an image for some of you, you can think of it this way, either directly because it's exactly what's happening with you, or not. It's like you're trying to move this heavy piece of furniture into the room and you've already started it, so you can't just drop it now and leave it like in the garage. Like, you have to get this into the bedroom, but your body is like, oh my gosh, this is so heavy and I'm like so exhausted. This red jasper will like help you kind of push forward and get that piece of furniture into the room, into the house where it needs to be. Then you can take your break, your much deserved break. Okay, so that's what this take action is about. It's just like, okay, it's that burst of energy you need, like as you're crossing the finish line. Okay, but you can pace yourself throughout the long process, and towards the end, when you're reaching the end goal there, you will get that push of energy. So if this reading resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, you got something of value from it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below what that was. If you enjoyed the energy here at Transform with Ryan, this was a little bit lighter than the other readings, but we go deep here on this channel, and it's all for your personal development, self-development, transformational journey, so you can become that highest and greatest version of yourself. If that is part of your MO, part of your goals, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a reading. And if for some reason you need a little bit of an energy boost, something a little bit enjoyable and lighthearted, you can click on that link right there, and that will take you to another one of my high vibe readings. So sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Congratulations on this new chapter of your life. Mwah.